Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrander, and today we're going to be scaling a mountain to meet with the head shrine maiden of the Narukami Shrine. And to begin that little misadventure, we're starting here at the Kamisato estate. I noticed that there was a path leading directly from the estate up the mountain, at least partially. Though it does seem as if this particular road ends abruptly. Yeah, if you were just a regular person who wanted to get to the shrine, this would not be the way. Yep. Looks like we have an electro-style Sealay. Oh, I was hammering the circle to grab that electro-crystafly, and again it escaped me. Very annoying.
Something to add to my collection.
Now we have a proper stair, but how long will this one go for, I wonder? About 30 feet, if even that. Also, that doesn't look healthy down there. Be rather unfortunate to fall in, I imagine. Oop. I see a wind over there that might take us higher. Let's see, we have more Electrograna over here. So let's see where this takes us. Oop. Well, we've made it a fair ways up. We're almost on the level of the shrine. Although, now we have an Electro Oculus, we'll grab that right quick. From here, we could grab another Electrograna, I suppose. I still wonder, how does anyone actually visit the shrine? Because I don't think I've ever actually found a footpath that you could actually use to get all the way from the bottom to the shrine itself. You'd have to be an elemental spirit with or be able to wield Electrograna, at least. Otherwise, I don't see how anyone would make it up here. Because this path goes some ways down. The mini fox shrine. Yeah, it goes down to here, and then you just have to climb, I guess. Unless you're supposed to walk along this branch to get around. Yeah, no normal person would be able to get up here. Making me wonder, how precisely do the Shrine Maidens arrive here all the time? It would be one thing if there were paths leading inside this mountain, but this path is locked off by an electro barrier. I rather doubt the Shrine Maidens are casually opening and closing that on a regular basis. And yep, no path this way either. Unless you wanted to scale a cliff. Yeah, this one might be a bit of an issue of design, where it's meant to be a bit of a challenge for the player to get up here, which is fine, but from a world-building perspective, it does raise the question... Oh, Bakidanuki. Been a while since I've seen one of you guys. Although now I'm annoyed with you for having stolen that chest from me. Well, I suppose you gave me some fruit and vegetables as a compensation. So I guess I can't really be too angry at you. Oh well. So yeah, at this point, we have full-on stairs, but how do the Shrine Maidens come and go from here otherwise? And how do normal people like this kid get up here? What are you doing? Counting? Wish to play hide and seek with your sister. Why can't you play hide and seek with her? Wonderful nighttime view of the place. And quite beautiful during the day too, I must say. Well worth the trip. Although, as I said, how exactly does a normal person even get here? I don't suppose the leader of the shrine has the ability to teleport anybody who wants to come here to this place. And then again, it is Miko. I wouldn't put it past her.
No, let me try again.
Still, on that note, let's see if we can meet the head Shrine Maiden herself. A fox-shaped sakura tree. Rather fitting, considering who works here.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junya is so excited. She has a really striking presence.
As do we, apparently, since she looks to be staring at us.
Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yi, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
You shouldn't underestimate the importance of a man's ambition. Don't forget, his arrogance is precisely what brought him to be a master in the first place. The very first thing he did was ask how long it would take to become a master. So his arrogance was a foundational part of who he was. His ambition defined him. Is it any wonder that losing that ambition destroyed him? There was little else to be taken from him. Both quite the boon and curse to be so wrapped up in one's own desire.
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Lady Yi, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest sword master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
You're referring to A, aren't you? Interesting that you would state that. I wonder, do you say that because of Domon and his students? Or do you say that for the benefit of the traveler?
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
To be fair, he almost certainly knew where we were going and where Domon would be too. So I wouldn't say this is all that surprising, whether he followed us directly or not.
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Yes, it seems as good of a resolution as we can hope for. In lieu of actually retrieving his ambition, restoring to him his vision. Though whether he deserved that, the restoration of his vision, for his arrogance, I'm not so sure. Crushing the dreams of one's fellows does not sit well with me, but the matter is out of our hands. Unless the Lady Yai might spirit forth a miracle.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for
Wonderful.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
The right moment? For what?
I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
I would understand what you expect. Failing to tell me even that, How can I not disappoint you? Cryptic. Very cryptic.
Ooh, Lady Ai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that.
I would point out that we're literally 10 feet from her right this moment. She likely heard you say that. And we could simply go over and ask, presumably.
We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
I see. Oh, and the eye is just gone. So much for being able to ask her what she meant. Well, Sacred Sakura. It really does look like a fox. Though, it looks a bit worse for wear, doesn't it? I would have thought we'd have more electro sigils by now, but... oh well, let's see what we can get. Might get 2 wishes. Although they are quaint fates. So, 2 wishes, but only for the permanent banner. Electrograna. The Electrograna symbolize the favor of the land of Inazuma, and have various abilities. Press details to view your current Electrograna abilities. Electrograna abilities details. When carrying an Electrogranum, you can gain its blessing for so long as it lasts. Characters can pass through the protective screen of elementary thunder barriers. When your active character is not affected by Electro, they can interact with thunder spheres and other objects. Electrograna can help characters block 6 instances of damage from some of Inazuma's environmental hazards, such as thunderstorms and Bale Thunder areas. An Electrograna will last for 15 seconds. Alright. Well, looks like that's all we can do at the moment. We'll need to collect far more electro sigils if we want to get the Sacred Sakura blooming for us. Well, I think we'll end today's episode then by using those 2 quaint fates to see if we can get anything interesting. I'm certain we're not due for a 5-star, but we'll see if we get anything in the 4-star range. First one's a dud. I say, and then get a thrilling Tales. Actually, one of the better 3-star options. Ah well. Last one. Oh well. There was a small chance with only 2 wishes. Oh well. At the moment, we have 2 days left on Moika and Emily's banners. Now, on this account, I don't have the Dendro units to make Emily worth getting. And I've already got Moika, and I do not want a constellation for her on this account. Because I simply don't have any of her good supports, like Citlali or Shalonen. So unfortunately, Moika on this account is a bit underwhelming. Despite how fantastic she can be, with the right support, I'm finding... on this account, she's still good, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near as good as having Citlali and Shalonen to back her up. Oh well. On that note, I think I'll end today's episode. We'll be going to see Miss Ayaka again tomorrow. But for now, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story, and my Warframe content. And, as always, have a good day.